everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and today we are back with another mukbang. Woo!
What is that?
Welcome to today's mukbang. We've got an incredible KFC mukbang today. We have all of these that are called, I want to call them double deckers. That's not what it's called. It's like a double. It's not a double. That's in and out. It's like a double dicker. Did you just say? I said a double decker.
Oh, decker.
A double.
Yo, can you cut that part?
Steven, don't cut that part. So we have the double downs, I think, from KFC, which are these fried chicken, boneless fried chicken fillets with cheese and bacon stuffed in the middle, and then the bread is it's a fried chicken sandwich without the bread, double the fried chicken. It looks insane. It looks incredible. And then we have the Keith Lee special from TikTok, the Chipotle steak fajitas.
So this is it came from TikTok. This TikToker made it. And then Stephanie made me try it. And then I approved it. So Chipotle started selling them.
Oh, because you approved
it.
You approved it.
Yes, because he approved. Yeah.
It must be really good then.
Yeah.
So that's what we have. We've got some mac and cheese, some mashed potatoes. And I just have a very serious question to ask you. Do you ever cringe? Like, do you ever shudder when you drop your phone? No. I used to drop my phone and I used to stand there and I'd be like, breathe, Stephanie, breathe. Because I just knew if I flipped over my screen, there's like a 50-50 chance that my screen is completely shattered. I don't know what it is about iPhones. Like, that was their thing back then. Do you remember? I feel like that's a life memory all of us have. Why are they so fragile? That is until I found Casetify. I have dropped my phone down airport escalators. I literally dropped it down the airport steps for you guys to see. And thankfully, there was no human in front of me, but I did not even feel an ounce of concern for my phone because my phone has been through so much more. I've thrown it on cement. I've thrown it down the stairs, off the second floor railing, and it's honestly all thanks to my Casetify bounce case. They have these expanded corners that allow your phone to simply bounce anytime you drop it, and you can drop it from pretty damn high. Like, I'm talking 21.3 feet in the air, which I feel like you really have to go out of your way to drop it that high at this point, and I go out of my way to do that. I used to be under the belief that these protective phone cases are super ugly, and I'm not gonna name the brand, but do you know what I'm talking about? All the dads, when I was growing up, had this phone case brand, and it was like a brick on their phones, and it just gave dad vibes, dad energy. But Casetify is making sure you don't have to live like that, okay? The bounce cases come in so many cute colors, designs. They have over 2,000 prints to choose from, and a lot of their cases are designed by artists from all around the world. I love it. I think it's so cool to see how each artist brings their own culture and inspiration to the phone cases. It just elevates the whole thing. And I love that Casetify is doing newer, better things all the time. Like, they have their Re-Casetify program that recycles old phone cases. They make cases out of 65% recycled material. So you can feel good about your phone case and all your accessories. So make sure to check out casetify.com/biz to get 15% off your new favorite phone case. That's casetify.com/biz to get 15% off your order. And thank you, Casetify, for sponsoring today's video. And let's get into it.
You can eat this, right?
Yes, so I can eat the mac and cheese and the mashed potatoes and my smoothie.
Okay, well then I'm gonna go in for it. You wanna try this? Let's try this.
Let's try this.
Really, guys?
Yeah.
Really?
All right,
in front of me
see
right
this.
Now. Okay, here's what you do. I'm gonna make this for you guys. So you put the sour cream into the chipotle vinaigrette, and then
you're gonna mix it.
You shake it up. Oh yeah. Okay, you shake it up.
It's good in there.
Okay, now dip the quesadilla in here. Yeah. Okay, now try it. It's the steak fajita quesadilla. Here you go.
Thank you.
I'm so jealous. I'm gonna try it first.
Oh my.
How is it?
I just want to eat this now.
It's so good, no?
It's actually really good. Wait, where did you get this idea from? The sauce?
No, that's how they do it on TikTok.
Oh.
That's the creation from Keith Lee.
Keith Lee?
Incredible. I'm doing mashed potatoes and fries.
I think we should call Tiffany again. Since Stephanie's out.
Tiffany! This is so good.
Wow, this Chipotle hack is next level.
So they can't make it for us if I go to Chipotle?
They can. You just ask them for the steak fajita quesadilla.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me make the sauce.
Yeah, I'm asked for this now.
Okay.
Wow.
Guess what we're talking about today? We're talking about the Leonardo DiCaprio of China. Oh, yeah. Oh, this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. I've heard of his dating stories. I'm not going to go in depth on this episode. I might do another episode on it because it's insane. But this guy will literally date a bunch of young, like 20-something-year-old influencers, models, like all these celebrities. And the minute that he breaks up with them, and he does break up with them, it's like Leonardo DiCaprio. There's like an age limit.
By 50. Wait, no, 25.
I don't know, something like that, right?
Yeah.
He breaks up with them, and when he does, he gives them like $1 million in cash. And everyone is like, wait, what the f did you just say? $1 million in cash? Why would you give someone $1 million in cash after a breakup? That is so generous.
Wow.
And he would publicly state it's because these young women, in the prime of their life, how sexist, in the prime of their life, have chosen to spend time with him. Wow. And he didn't marry them. So here's $1 million. And that is why not a single ex-girlfriend has ever really talked about the guy.
Oh.
Because you would imagine there's a lot of to talk about this dude.
I'm sure.
Because there's a lot. This guy is one of the most controversial figures in China, and he happens to be one of the richest men in China, a billionaire. Have you ever wondered what it's like to just wake up one morning and they're like, surprise, you're a billionaire?
I don't even know what I'll do.
It's like you're winning the lottery, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't even make sense. Like none of this actually happens in real life. Nobody wakes up one day a billionaire. Either you were born into a billionaire family, you win the lottery, or you slowly become a billionaire in the course of like at least a couple years, right? No, this actually happened in real life. Apparently book plots do happen. This is the story of Wang Sicong.
Wang Sicong.
Wang Sicong. This guy's life is wild. I genuinely thought that this guy was a nepo baby. I thought that he was just born into a super rich family, like one of those billionaire babies. He was not.
He was not?
He was not.
What do you mean?
What?
He was not. Okay, so
What?
Wang Sicong was born in 1988, so he's not even like that old. And to most people, I would say that he was born to like a Pyongyang family.
Okay.
It's like a very regular family.
Like middle class.
Like middle class, yeah. Like nothing that crazy. Okay, maybe there was less than middle class actually.
Okay.
His parents were not financially secure. His dad was like this army veteran. His mom was a housewife as far as we know. And they kind of struggled a little bit, especially with this newborn. They start struggling a bit. And when you're in a situation like that where, I don't know, you don't know if you can pay your next water bill, probably the last thing you're gonna do is start your own LLC. Open up your own business. So insecure. There's so much at risk. But Wang Sicong's dad was like, I'm gonna do it. I mean, he figured there's no way for our financial situation to get any worse. I mean, like, what do I have to lose? I'm already in debt. I'm not doing that well. Like, this is all I have. This is my only hope. So he starts a company, and it's a real estate company called Wanda.
And
Wanda
just
Group.
a little, have you watched the World Cup, right? Recent World Cup? So you know on the side of the World Cup, there's like banners,
Yeah.
right? It has like brands.
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
yeah, yeah, like Nike, things like that.
Wait.
Oh.
What's your favorite movie theater?
Oh yeah, I'll say AMC.
It's owned by Wanda Group.
No way.
Yeah, they're that rich.
Do you have your
Yeah.
phone? Look up World Cup and then look at the banner on the side.
Oh my god.
What?
I see Wanda.
Wanda.
FIFA partners.
Basically on the side of the banner, all you see is like Wanda.
But China didn't even play in the World Cup.
I know.
Okay.
Dang, So they own AMC and like partnership with.
Oh, they own
World Cup.
They own like everything.
They own way more than you can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
They're
Damn.
probably
more-
in your life more than you would imagine.
So when we were in LA, there's this huge development happening in Beverly Hills. Everyone in town is talking about it. And
Waldorf
it was,
Astoria?
Wanda?
Was it Waldorf? No, it was a huge other development too.
Okay.
And it was built by Wanda. And everybody in town just knowing that, oh, it's some Chinese developer. Like they literally are everywhere and nobody.
How did that happen though? Like he just
Yeah.
made. He was broke. Made a company.
Oh, let me tell you how it happened, okay?
Did you know about the little goal? We gotta set a little goal. Oh yeah. That one was viral. Okay, anyways. Oh, this is crazy. Their story is something.
At one point, Wanda Group was the second largest commercial holding company, like real estate holding company. So they were the second largest of owning all the commercial real
world?
estate. Yeah, in the world.
Oh my
Insane people, okay?
god.
Wanda Group. Daddy Wang, I don't know his name, billionaire, sorry.
It's Wang Sicong's dad. It's not Wang Sicong.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Daddy Wang is Wang Sicong's dad. Again, I don't know his name. He pours his time and money into this Wanda Group company. And the company does start picking up. It starts doing pretty well. And pretty soon, they're not worried about bills. They're not worried about the power bill, the water bill. They've got enough money for food. And they actually stop living paycheck to paycheck. They could even send Wang Sicong to study abroad. So Wang Sicong was sent to Singapore to study at the Swiss Cottage Elementary School, which, like, why does that sound like the fanciest elementary school I've ever even heard of? Later, he was sent to a boarding school in the UK in Winchester.
Wow.
So fancy. His parents could afford to cover the tuition, but these are elite schools. Like, tuition's not cheap. So they covered Wang Sicong's tuition, but they're really frugal with their money because they're just starting in the business, you know? And they weren't born into money. They're not spending it like water, like a lot of these other kids in the school. And this mindset is just embedded in them. They would send Wang Sicong in this foreign country, in the UK, $250 a month as spending money. So his tuition, his board, that was all covered, but $250 to cover all the food, all the clothes, any supplies he needed. It's not bad, but it's not what you would imagine, right?
Yeah,
I
not
never
that
expected
rich.
that.
Yeah, per month. The money had to last the whole month. And his dad, Daddy Wang, at this point in time, was not the type to sit there and listen to this kid like whine that his friends were, you know, driving around in little cars and they had Cartier bracelets. He didn't care. So if Wang Sicong wanted to buy something nice for himself, he would have to save up all his money that month for it. And then next month he would have to save up it. He never really complained. He's like, this is what my parents can afford, so I'm just gonna be grateful. At least it's better than having nothing, right? And I'm studying internationally. It wasn't always easy though, especially at the boarding school in Winchester. There were a lot of snobby rich kids. You know how high school kids are. Like, they can't wait to judge you. If there's anything about you that's different from them, they're gonna pounce on you. They can smell blood in the waters. They're gonna rip your guts open. I feel like most of the time, do you know what the scariest thing is? I'm inside of a Target. This is in my nightmares. I'm inside of a Target. There's a group of high school kids, and they're all looking at me and giggling and whispering. And I'm like, I'm getting bullied all over again by high schoolers. That's my biggest fear. So they're bullying Wang Sicong, okay? They're like, well, you don't look like us. You don't dress in Louis Vuitton. You don't wear Loro Piana. I don't know. His classmates did treat him differently because he just wasn't that rich. He didn't have the fancy watches or the rings or the glasses. Instead, he wore the same clothes over and over again, and he actually took care of his stuff. Like, these are the types of rich kids that would throw their designer bags around because they can just buy a new one. But Wang Sicong is like, if my backpack breaks, I gotta save up for 3 months to buy a new backpack, so I can't rip my backpack. I can't ruin my shoes either because my parents can't afford to replace them. He kind of felt left out. He's like an outsider during high school. But that's not even the worst thing in the world. He couldn't get girls because of it. Like, none of these girls wanted to date him. They're independently wealthy.
This is like a little come-up
K-drama,
story.
yes.
Villain or
The ugly poor kid in
Yeah.
high school that nobody wants to date.
Yeah.
And now everybody in China wants
him.
to marry him.
It makes sense now.
At one point, though, Wang starts dating this girl called Zhang Chen.
I don't know.
Zhang Chen, right? Another Chinese student that's studying abroad. He loved her so much. Like, as much as a high schooler can love another high schooler. They had that puppy love. They're dating, and he's even thinking, maybe I'll marry this girl one day. Like, that's how much we're vibing. That's how much we're connecting. He nicknamed her, and we're gonna come full circle with this. He nicknamed her Little Panda. Just you wait. I know what you're gonna say, but don't say it. Her name is Little Panda. He couldn't afford nice gifts for her, but he promised, babe, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna earn enough money. I'm gonna graduate with a degree. I'm gonna get a job. I am gonna put you in head to toe Louis Vuitton. Just stick with me. She was like, I mean, why though? Like, potential is nothing if it's not being put to use. If I want to be in Louis Vuitton right now, I'm going to be in Louis Vuitton right now. I don't need to wait.
If he really wanted.
If he really wanted, he would put me in Louis Vuitton. So, and I keep bringing up Louis Vuitton because I believe he said it was Louis Vuitton at one point. One day after class, she walks over to his little desk and she's like, we got to break up. I want a certain lifestyle. Like, I want Louis Vuitton and all these things, and you can't afford it right now.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure this is from the perspective of Wang Sicong. Like, he's the one that told this story, so I don't know how much of it is. you know? And so Wang Sicong said he was devastated, and he's like, why are you so materialistic? And she gives it to him straight. She's like, you don't understand. Money reflects your identity and your status. You wouldn't understand because you can't even afford it. The guy is heartbroken. It's like stabbing him in the heart. He promises himself. Like, you know when you break up with someone, you're like, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna be so f***ing hot. And in a year from now, they're gonna regret it so much. That's like the only time I work out religiously is right after a breakup. So I haven't worked out in like 10 years, okay? It's pretty bad. Like, you gotta break up with me so I can go to the gym again. And he's like, I am gonna be rich. I'm gonna be so rich. Like, this girl is gonna come crawling back to me. Potentially, this is Wang Sicong's villain origin story, depending on if you think that this guy is a villain or not. But for the time being, he uses this as fuel. This is what's gonna get him going. He studies so hard. He masters 8 languages. I'll give it to him. He's kind of smart. Wow. He knows Mandarin, English, French, Italian, Japanese, Spanish, German, Latin.
Oh my god.
Oh, damn.
But you know what's funny? Who's gonna quiz him, right?
Yeah.
Incredible.
I like that. He was frugal.
I don't think he was frugal. He just had no choice.
Yeah, just wait, yeah.
Did he know that his parents were rich?
Just wait.
Oh man, I'm getting excited.
He works really hard. He does work hard. I can't even knock him on that. On his SATs, he scores 1550 out of 1600. He was in the top 5%, and he got into a prestigious University College of London. He starts majoring in philosophy. And he hopes his college experience is going to be better than his high school experience. He's like, I'm going to get so many now. Kids are older now. Like, we're more mature. Maybe they're not going to judge me for my socioeconomic background. Like, that was in boarding school. This is in a university. We are enlightened folks. He severely overestimates college kids. He did make friends, but he's still the kid that can't afford a new pair of shoes. The kid that doesn't even have a car, right? The kid that always has like the little fringes on his sweater. And one day, he's talking to a friend. And the friend goes, I heard that there's this really rich man in China called Wang Jianlin.
Wang Jianling.
I think he's one of the richest men in China. And Wang Sicong is sitting there. And he goes, what did you just say? And he says, yeah, he's like the richest man in China. It's fucking crazy.
Okay.
And he goes, huh, is that so? Because I'm about to fucking jump off a bridge right now. Because that's my dad who has been giving me $250 a month. I've been wearing this stinky sweater, and you're telling me right now I'm struggle busting it in the UK. Who's the richest man in China? So that's how he woke up a billionaire.
Oh my God.
Basically. Yeah.
What? I did not know any of this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't we all dream of that one day?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
I mean, I'm hoping for it. Like, I know my mom lives upstairs, but I'm hoping for her to knock on the door and be like, hey, I was just joking. Like, I'm a billionaire.
Hey, I have a secret. Like,
yeah.
Actually, you're rich.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I wish. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
He told his friend, like, that's my dad, right? And his friend was like, no, it ain't. Because he's wearing like so not so nice clothes. So he's like, no, it's not. That's not your dad. Don't be lying. It was his dad. So what Wang Sicong didn't know is that while he was studying in foreign countries, his dad was building a fortune back home. The Wanda Group, they grew into this massive corporation. They pretty much do everything now. Real estate. They own shares in entertainment companies. They own so much commercial properties. Like, I'm talking second largest owner of all commercial properties in the entire freaking world.
God.
The company has been on a bit of a decline in the past couple of years, if you can even really call it a decline, right? But they're still massive. Their assets are valued at around $100 billion US dollars. Their estimated income is about $30 billion annually. The dad was actually very famous for a bunch of interviews he did because he said he had no idea his tiny little real estate company would get this big. In an interview, he said, I was really humble. Like, when I first started this business, I set a tiny little goal. I'm gonna make $150 million and retire. And everyone's like,
still a lot.
Yeah. Everyone's like, did you just say tiny little goal? Did you just say tiny little goal? Because people right now are trying to save $150 right now. And you just said you were trying to make $150 million. He said, I thought it was a pretty good goal, like ambitious but tiny. And his hope was he would get to this goal by 70 years old. But then he was like, it was too tiny. I reached it, I smashed it within a few years, and it was too early to retire. I was kicking, you know? I still had so much energy. So the guy keeps going and going and going. And by the time Wang graduates college, he is one of the richest men, the richest, wealthiest man in all of China. Do you know how big China is?
The son?
No, the dad.
The dad.
Yeah.
So during another interview recently, a couple years ago, there was another famous saying. He was giving some kind of like advice to someone. Someone's like, oh, what should I do as a business to start a small business? What's the first thing or something like that? And he's saying famously, well, to start that, you should set up a small goal of, in Chinese, if I do the, the conversion, it will be about $13 million. He's basically telling someone, if you want to start something,
like
set a small
business?
goal. Set a small goal. Maybe I reach $13 million and then go from there. So that was the famous line in China.
Wow.
Everybody now does something with, when they do numbers, they're like, how much is this? Oh, that's only a small goal, which is 13 million.
That's small?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And what's funny is, like, if you think about it, to him, that truly is small.
But that's probably like $13.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, to him, he really thinks it's a tiny goal for someone.
But he was thinking that before he even made $1 billion, though.
No, this was when he's already the richest man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when he was giving advice.
Yeah, we gotta stop taking advice from billionaires.
So out of touch, right?
Yeah, they got some weird, wacky advice. Like either
be realistic. Come on.
Either they're so out of touch like that, or they're trying to be so relatable it's not relatable. They're like, do what makes you passionate. Shut the f up. You were not passionate about making computer chips, were you? Really? That's what you were passionate about? You do that in your free time? So now Wang Sicong was one of the wealthiest scions in China, and you're thinking, wait, his dad was rich all this time and he didn't know about it. So did he not talk to his parents for like 15 years? Actually, Wang's parents decided to hide the fact that they were rich from Wang Sicong.
That's
they
crazy.
purposely sent him abroad to a boarding school, gave him a small monthly allowance because their idea was if he doesn't know how rich we are, he's going to grow up with this frugal mindset, feeling underprivileged, and it's going to teach him to be more humble, more grateful.
How did that backfire?
It had the complete opposite effect. This guy woke up one morning and he was like, I need to make up for fucking lost time. Okay, do you know how many years I was going around with some raggedy book bags? He starts spending money like it's water. Instead of being humble, it's like he starts overcompensating. He needs to make up for all these lost years of being the richest man alive or the richest man alive's little son. And it all happened so fast. Like a switch was flipped. I imagine it's like winning the lottery, and that's why they say a lot of lottery winners aren't the most responsible. I'm not saying that Wang Sicong is comparable in that sense because he does have some good business investments under his belt, but it's like that spending. You just really wanted to spend. So he goes from wearing the same shoes for 4 years to owning so many shoes that if he wore a new pair of shoes every single day and never repeated it, he would need many years to finish his shoe collection. How do you even find that many cute shoes?
But I feel like he can do that, though. I mean, he's a billionaire.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Is this a fake story or is there a real one where someone was like, I knew a guy that always bought new underwear and he never liked washing them? Which is gross. You need to wash them before.
I thought that's Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
So he just wears it and throws it away, right?
Yeah.
He throws it away?
Yeah, I think so.
No way.
Are they like Target Hanes or are they like...
No, I think they're like Versace.
Damn.
But he washes it when he gets them from the store, right?
I don't know, man. I don't follow him. I just saw like probably a YouTube short somewhere.
Help me. Okay, I love YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, but I'm sitting there. I'm laying in bed watching TikToks. Okay. A month later, he's watching that same TikTok, but it's on YouTube Shorts. And he's like, "Babe, have you seen this?" And I'm like, "Are you on YouTube Shorts again?"
You're a little slow.
This guy loves YouTube Shorts.
Low-key addicting, though.
Yeah. Anyway, he wouldn't even go through them in a freaking year. So as soon as Wang Sicong moves back to China after college, he's spending millions of dollars. He is single-handedly supporting major economies in China. What's a few million on a car? That's like pocket change. Here are only some of the cars that we know Wang Sicong owns. An Aston Martin, about $400,000, a $400,000 Maserati, a $450,000 Maybach, a $500,000 Ferrari F8, an $800,000 Bentley, a $900,000 Rolls-Royce Wraith, a $900,000 Rolls-Royce Dawn, $1 million Lamborghini LP700, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan that's like $1.2 million, a Rolls-Royce Phantom that's like nearly $2 million because this guy loves fucking customizing his Rolls-Royces. I don't know what his deal is. He will custom a Rolls-Royce until the day he dies. Anyway, he's got a Bugatti Chiron.
Bugatti?
So that's
That's $1 million, bro.
that's more than
4 million.
So I met the manager of Waldorf
Astoria.
It's like a fancy hotel in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And Wang Sicong was staying there. So like one morning they woke up and she's the manager of the hotel. So she's like basically that's her client, VIP client that's staying there. And then she woke up one day, Wang was like leaving the hotel and she was like, "Hi, good morning, where are you going?" Wang's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy a car." And she was like, "Oh, what car are you buying?" He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy a Bugatti."
Wow.
And what's crazy, he's just visiting here for a few days.
Right.
So basically, he woke up one morning, went to the dealership, bought a $4 million Bugatti, and now they are just basically gonna import that back to China, fly that car on a plane to China, while he also fly back to China.
Bro.
Just like that.
This guy's like Batman.
That's kind of insane.
It's crazy, yeah. What kind of life?
Bugatti.
And these are just some of his cars, right? Loves customizing him. He even got his first name, Sicong, on the Rolls-Royce little headrest, but it's Sicong. I always get confused when you guys do the Chinese to English because I'm like, it doesn't read like that to me. And he's like, "It's so easy, babe." And I'm like trying to learn, and he's like, "No, that's Sicong." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't know how it is."
Sound like it doesn't even.
Yes.
It's Sicong.
Yes, that's why.
It's Sicong.
I know, but it looks
Sicong.
like Sicong.
That's why for 10 years I've been trying to learn Mandarin, and I'm still stuck on Sutong.
That's so hard.
It's so hard. And this is the worst teacher. He goes, "It's easy." I'm like, "What about this is easy, huh?" Next time you ask me an English question, okay? English is very obviously his second language. And the other day he goes, "Honey, resume and resume are the same word." I'm like, "Yes."
Resume.
Did you know they're the same word?
No, they're not. No.
Spell them.
Oh yeah, they are. But they are, but it's different. Like, oh, that is weird.
No, he
too.
knows it.
See, you just found out too.
Yeah, that is weird too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he
Sorry.
was typing resume in something, and then he was like, "That looks weird. That looks really weird."
That looks like resume.
Yeah. Anyway, Wang Sicong moves back to China after college, and he's famous now because, I mean, just look at the list of things he's buying. He's very famous for being a second-generation stereotypical rich kid just blowing money. In an interview once, the interviewer said, "Wang Sicong, you buy supercars like you're buying groceries." Okay, that's crazy. And Wang Sicong goes, "Correction, I buy more cars than groceries."
Damn.
The interviewer goes, "Why do you have to buy so many cars? Why do you buy so many shirts?"
Damn. Dude.
"I wear them to wear my shirts. I buy them to drive." Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Bro.
comeback.
Yeah, when am I ever gonna use that comeback?
Like, how can you argue back to that?
Yeah.
Like, what can you say?
It's kind of insane. But to be fair, Wang Sicong was not just sitting on his ass swiping credit cards all day. He also worked.
Wow.
Well, he was, yeah. I mean, like, I'm sure he got it based off skill and merit alone. But he was the chairman of Wonder Group, okay? Of his dad's business. And he also founded a few of his own side businesses with Wang Daddy's money, of course, but I guess it still kind of counts. Sometimes his dad just threw him millions of dollars and said, "Son, do something with this."
No, this was a famous story because it was at the point that Chinese was so flooded with these rich second generations, and people have like a negative undertone about these rich kids that spoil rich, spending money, bad influence. And then Wang Sicong at that point was the dad famously gave him millions of dollars and saying, "Hey, here, I'm gonna give you some fund and see what you can do with it." It's almost like a test from the dad. And Wang famously invested instantly within like a year or something. He invested all the money, and a lot of them became very successful. And then all of a sudden, now the whole thing on the internet is like, okay, not only he's rich, not only he buys the girlfriend all these stuff, he's funny or whatever, and he's also smart. Like people's like, whoa.
That's game over.
Yeah. He's like, not only he's already born with a silver spoon, he's also smarter than you and works harder than you. It's game over.
Game over.
No, but he will have a downfall, a small one.
And I think what made him very, very famous was his commentary online.
We're getting there.
Okay.
I'm about to expose all of his commentary. This guy was a stir.
Yeah, he's a talker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All day.
So he's
every
like
day.
a Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Yes. But even worse.
He's
He doesn't
pretty
even
bad.
stay in his own lane. He goes to everyone's lane.
He be talking business partners of his dad.
Why?
That's
Because
what
he
I'm
don't give a
saying. Yeah.
Yo, that guy is living life. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that guy's living life.
He's living a very different human life experience. So he gets all this money and he invests it any way that he wants. And it was like a business gamble that his dad could afford to do because they were billionaires. Because to them, it truly was like pocket money. Surprisingly, like he said, he did really well. He made a lot of decent returns on investing. He even made a live streaming company and an app called Little Panda.
Panda Live.
Yeah, if that sounds familiar, that was the nickname that he had for his high school girlfriend. They never got back together. They never got back together.
I thought he made it because of me.
So even after Wang Sicong found out he was rich, after graduation, she had returned back to China, got married, had kids. But apparently Wang Sicong was maybe still thinking about her years later because the name of the app. If you think it's wholesome, let me just tell you right now, don't give the guy too much credit. Back to his companies though. He also created a gaming company called Invictus Gaming.
Wait.
You know Invictus Gaming? They do League.
Oh my god.
They won a bunch of League games.
This was a while ago. Though.
Yes, a while
When
ago.
I was in middle school, I remember that name.
So this is probably his biggest business venture. The company was founded in 2011, but it's still ongoing and he's still the CEO. And he loves gaming. It's probably one of his favorite things to do aside from buying supercars.
And dating influencers.
Yeah, the guy has a lot of time on his hands, honestly. Like, where is he? His gaming setup is always state of the art. He has to have the best computer parts money can buy. Can you guess how much his computer costs?
50K.
100K, I don't know.
A couple $100,000.
Wow.
He literally has the best gaming computer in all of Asia. And in an interview, he was asked, like, what's your criteria for a good gaming computer? And he said, no criteria. I just want the most expensive and the best one. Fair enough. Fair enough. What do I know, right? So because Wang loves gaming so much, it made sense that he starts a gaming company, which this is what they do. They put together teams of players who love playing competitive video games, esports. They participate in these huge worldwide gaming competitions, and he had a bunch of different like game teams like Warcraft, Dota 2, but his most popular one were his League of Legends players. Like their team was, listen, League players take the game very seriously. These are people who play, it's like, it's life. League is life, you know? So they're really intense about it. There's a ranking system in the game, and people will literally lose sleep if they come down a rank. They'll skip meals, they'll lose human connections just to grind it out in that game.
Do you play League?
No.
Never?
I used to. It got bored.
I think Andrew used to play League.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think Andrew used to play Dota or something.
Yeah. So if you're insanely good at the game, companies like Invictus will call you up, ask you to be in their team, and then you get to play with other professional teams. And because the game is so popular, the prizes are like no joke. Professional League players make around $300,000 a year. Yes, and that's just like their base salary. If your team is really good and you guys keep winning, you get bonuses for every win. The highest paid League player in the world, I believe, as of now, is Lee Sang-hyuk. South Korean.
Yeah.
His nickname on the game is Faker, and literally everyone who plays League has at least heard of the guy. Some people call him the best player in the world. I think he's made like millions of dollars off of League. Millions of dollars.
My
off.
toxic trait is thinking, I could be a League player.
You know what's funny? Because that's Wang Sicong's toxic trait.
So it was bad.
Yeah, Wang was like, I could probably do it. I mean, he loves playing games. He owns the gaming company. He was like, I want to play with you guys. So he goes up to his League players one day and he's like, I want to play with you guys. Let's just play a friendly battle, right? What is the team going to say? No, boss. Not today.
Sure,
We're
come in,
busy.
boss.
So they're like, yes, okay, let's play, right? What are they going to do? Kill their boss?
Wait, so they just let him win.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
And this billionaire boy's sitting there like, I'm good. The like, why am I paying y'all?
Yo.
I'm so good, okay?
Okay.
Like, keep in mind, these are players who won several championships. At this point, Wang had made over $8 million off this team. So they're really good. And he plays for and giggles in between his dates with a series of influencers and between his supercar purchasing. He plays League like once in a while, right? He's like, I want to go to the next championship game with you guys. What are you going to say to your boss, billionaire? Okay. So he makes himself a player, and in the summer of 2018, they go to the championships, or like the series game. He's 30, and he was very ambitious because he chose to play the game. The position he chose was ADC. It's like attack, damage, carry. It's like a really hard position. It's a strong hitting position. Apparently, it's one of the most important positions. And he's like,
you know what it is, then?
Yeah, it's basically they usually have like long range. They're long range.
So you would say this is one of the harder positions, or like
Oh
important?
yeah. When team is losing, you can still win if the carry is good.
Wow.
Yes.
Am I toxic trait? I want to be that one.
But why would they say? Why can't they be honest? Like, is he the type of guy to fire people? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, you don't know what the culture is like?
No.
Yeah. He definitely would fire their asses.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's ADC and he's supposed to carry the whole team, but the team ends up having to carry Wang because he kept dying throughout the game, giving the other team a massive advantage. Because when you die, you're not out of the game. You just have to wait for a minute or two while you respawn. But the other opponents, they get in-game money so they can use that to buy upgrades. So their leverage just keeps increasing every time you die. And he just kept dying, but somehow his team pulled it together and they won with
Damn.
no help of Wang. No thanks.
I hate
to
those
Wang.
teammates.
So somehow they won, and I guess he was embarrassed because immediately after he announced that he was retiring from professional gaming, which is kind of fucking annoying because if you look up some of the best records in League of Legends, Wang Sicong is there because he has like an 100% success rate.
Wow. Oh, because one win.
He got one win and that's it. No losses. Not a single loss to his name. Yeah, you would think that he's the best gamer to exist if you just look at the success rates. But anyway, Wang figures out he's not cut out to be a professional gamer. So he's just sitting back. Oh, let me show you these pics. This is what he looks like. He's kind of a goofy dude. Like, it's so goofy. I don't even. So this is what he does now. Just eating pastries.
No way, that's
This is
him.
him watching the game.
That's him.
That's him.
Yeah, so that he made that was a meme that went viral.
Yeah, just.
Like he's shoving a hot dog down his throat, like.
And I'm telling you right now, the girth of that hot dog, that's kind of impressive what he's doing.
Well, I did not expect him to be like this.
Yeah, he like
just
this.
seems like a regular guy.
I love it when billionaires are so relatable, you know? Okay. I love it. So shortly after stuffing his throat with some crispy, juicy, deep-fried, creamy goodness, he turns around and he sees someone in the audience holding up this sign. This is his gamer ID. Holding up this sign. And it's like this cute, wholesome moment because look at him. He's so happy. He takes the
he
sign.
kind of looks adorable.
Like he takes the sign. It's his main character. This is the memification of Wang Sicong. Like this is the meme time of his career. And then there's another one where all the League players on his team, they win. And he's trying to get them a hug, but they're so busy hugging each other, no one recognizes him. And he becomes a meme. It becomes a give me a hug meme. Yeah, it's the where's my hug meme. But anyway, because his team won the game, Wang wanted to thank them by giving away a custom Aston Martin. And this one had Invictus Gaming engraved to the steps of the car, and it had all the players' signatures engraved on the leather seats. The car itself cost like $500,000, and customizing it would cost another $260,000.
So who keeps the car?
So Wang was going to give it away to one of the members, like a raffle of his gaming team,
That's not
right?
good.
Yeah, that's kind of cheap. Come
It's
on.
cheap, and it gets even cheaper because the person who won the car immediately re-gifted it to Wang Sicong for his 31st birthday. So people thought it was
What
like a
kind
PR
of
stunt.
gifting is that?
That's what I'm saying. People thought it was all fake.
That was so weird.
That's
Yeah.
weird. I mean,
That's
he's
so-
$100 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like either give it to him or give it to everyone or don't give it to anyone.
That was weird. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Seems kind of fishy, no? Like imagine if Mr. Beast gifted someone a Tesla and the person is like, you keep it, Mr. Beast. You need it more than I do. Like,
No way.
yeah, exactly. So it's all weird and wild. But let's get into the meat of the story. We're not even in the sauce of the lasagna yet. Like, we're not even into why we're talking about this guy. You probably noticed that Wang Sicong is a little cocky. We have barely scratched the surface of this guy.
What are we talking about here?
Wang Sicong's nickname is Wang Doo-Doo.
Dewey?
D-U-I.
Wang Dui.
She said Dewey.
Yeah, Dui. Wang Dui.
Wang Dui, which means like diss. Dui means diss, right?
Diss,
like
yeah.
you're
So
talking
it's like
on someone.
Wang this.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's like the professional disser because he really likes fucking shit talking online. And no one can figure out if this guy is genuinely unhinged or if he's trolling or if he's so rich that he's so bored. Like it's confusing. Some people who follow Wang on Douyin said that he has like 30 million followers on there at one point. They just follow him to keep up with the drama.
Douyin or Weibo?
Douyin and Weibo.
Oh.
He was constantly banned from both. He would have to get banned and then reinstated.
Shit
And then,
talking?
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh my god.
His Weibo account was restricted like more times than I can count. It's insane. Which Weibo is like the Chinese version of Twitter. Like every other month, it would get restricted, okay? And he did not hold back on anyone. One time he tweeted, CNMLGB motherfucker. I don't know what that means.
CM?
CNMLGB.
Oh,
What does that mean?
What?
basically mother mom or something like that.
Motherfucker.
Damn,
Mom.
this guy talking to the next level.
Bruh. And then he said, Changsha's Wanda Hotel is the most stupid hotel I've lived in, and it's fucking opened by my own family. Amazing.
Talking about
Bro.
He's his own business.
Dang, he really doesn't give a
Bro. Which, like, what are you doing? I kind of like it. It's confusing. Are you unhinged or are you like a self-aware king? I don't understand.
Oh.
那不是每天生成，那就是那一天特别辛苦就被人发出来而已。所以你千万这种鸡汤啊，不要轻易相信。
Probably more unhinged. If he had just stuck to dissing his own multi-billion-dollar corporation, I think everyone would stand the guy. But his favorite hobby, unfortunately, was dissing Chinese actresses for no reason. This whole thing reminds me of getting shot while laying down. Do you know that theory? It's like you're laying flat on the ground and someone just walks in and it's like, you know what? Boom. Like, I wasn't even doing anything, sir. Like, it's like a saying, right?
Ah, okay.
It's a
okay.
Chinese saying. It's like you're laying down and he's still getting shot.
Yeah, like I did nothing. I wasn't even looking at you. We didn't even have a conversation. Like
Right.
what is happening right now, right? These people have nothing to do with him. They don't even know the guy personally. And he's out there coming for their necks for no freaking reason. He did it so often they nicknamed him the entertainment industry's disciplinary.
Yes.
Yeah. For example, after the 2018 Chinese Film Festival, Wang tweeted, "You know, I think celebrities and actors are completely different. Here's a list of people that I think are actors." And then he lists them. And then he says, "But celebrities are different. They're like red carpet celebrities, like, you know, Fan Bingbing, something Bingbing."
Bing Chen.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
And something you, other than not being able to act and having no notable films, the reason why they're famous is purely due to celebrity gossip and hype.
Damn.
Fan Bingbing, a huge A-list actress who was recently canceled from massive tax evasion, but she's coming back. She was at the Oscars. She looked incredible at the Oscars. I kind of stan her. Look at her. She looks so good. Yeah, right here. Do you see her?
Yeah.
She looks good.
looks beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah, so she's making a comeback. And she responded to his tweet with her own and said, "You can go back to daddy and I'll go back to doing my job. Both of us are making progress here." The other actress that he was talking about said, "You care too much." Tweeted back at him, "You care too much." Of course, Wang did not let that slide. He commented back, "Don't take it personally." And then a few hours, I guess he was thinking about it in his Rolls Royce, he tweets again. Now that I think about it, I think she wanted to say, "Your rod is so big." Okay, so the word rod is like a play on words apparently in Mandarin. The character can mean two things. One is to care or to supervise, and the other one means like a tube or a rod. So it's like a play on words. And Chinese netizens were like, oh my God, come on, grow up, dude. You're a man. Keep your mouth clean. Like, this is beneath us. Where are your morals? He was loving the attention. He loved it. He didn't let it go. Instead, he bought a domain. The domain is called chaoshabi.com.
Honey, you can't just cuss in Chinese with a straight face.
Oh, that's a cuss?
Oh, that's a cuss word.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I didn't know what it meant.
It's like dumb idiot or something.
Ciao, Shabby, ciao, Shabby, ciao, Shabby.
Chill, then chill.
Bro, I didn't
Chill.
know. I thought it was like someone's name.
No, chill.
I'm gonna say that now.
I can't wait to go upstairs and go, hi, Tiffany, ciao, Shabby.
Oh my god.
Chill.
No, don't do that.
And when you click on it, it lands you on one of the actress's Weibo pages.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a little petty, huh?
Yeah. By the way, domain names are pretty expensive to purchase, and Wang Sicong was like kind of had a kink for domain names. He would randomly purchase domain names, like pay $300,000 for a random domain name. Yet he bought bbb.com for like
BBB.com.
Bath and Beyond. Wait, bed.
four B's for $300,000.com.
Wow.
Now I gotta check out that website.
Is it still alive?
I don't know if it's still live. This is like a while ago.
The website is not available. What the
It's
fuck?
not working.
And then the guy tried buying WeChat's domain name, paid like $500,000 for it, and then he got sued. WeChat got it back, okay?
Why?
To f around. Like, imagine you had so much money you could buy Google.com. And then all of Google is like having a meltdown, and you're like, these f***ing corporate losers. Imagine how rich and bored you have to be to stir shit up over domain names. That's Wang Sicong, basically. He was also bored enough that he created an entire like reality show, a variety show, dedicated to publicly humiliating women. The premise of this show is like a talent show, like X Factor or The Voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get 240 young women who will come
Yeah, it's like a training camp.
for idols.
Idols.
It's a common theme, yes.
Yeah.
And it would have been okay if that's how he did it, right? Because the audience votes at the end, and the winner, they like sign with a record deal or something, and it becomes like they debut as a girl group. The ultimate goal is to make top 5. That is normal. It sounds legitimate. But Wang Sicong basically created it so that he could be a judge and just say the most out-of-pocket shit on national TV and ruthlessly humiliate these women. At the start of the episode, he announced, a lot of people think that I have a bad temper because I shit talk a lot of people on Weibo. So the reason why I came onto this show is to clarify that I don't just shit talk on Weibo.
Wow.
You'd think that maybe Wang Sicong would be a little bit nicer in person, but he was the opposite. He was a major asshole. He tore into every single contestant. These are just some of his comments. I think your nostrils are even bigger than your eyes.
Damn.
How do these low-level girls even enter our program?
Wow.
Oh, this one's plastic surgery is pretty good. This one's just ugly.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a contestant who was from a province in northeastern China called Dalian. Dalian. And apparently in northeastern China, people are a little bit taller than other parts of China, right?
Yeah.
And so women are about 5'4" on average in China, but this contestant was only 4'11". When Wang saw her, he said, oh, usually people from the northeastern province are above 170 centimeters. For your case, you could actually go and try to get a disabled person subsidy.
Yo. This guy.
Wow.
Like, this guy is like not just offensive, he's he's like
ruthless.
insane. She was so shocked, she didn't even know how to respond. She just kept uncomfortably, also ableist. She just kept uncomfortably smiling and made like a heartbreak gesture with her hands because she was that awkward, but he wasn't done. He said, so you study in Dalian? Why did you choose to study there? And before she could even reply, he goes, oh, I get it. You couldn't get in anywhere else.
Damn.
He gathered a group of women that he thought had ugly clothes on, and he starts going from one to the next. The clothes that you guys are wearing are the ugliest that I've seen in a few years. That little sparkly skirt, do you think it looks good? I think it looks super ugly. I have nothing to say to that. This long dress with the poof, you're not even skinny or tall enough to wear it. And you, what is this? This shimmery thing on the top with the black and red bottom? And it's got words on it. Honestly, what is that? You guys are pretty girls, but these outfits deduct points from all of you. Gross.
Damn.
I think that originates from like his childhood.
Yeah, okay. That's what people speculate. Like, is this guy traumatized with an inferiority complex of no girl wanting to date him that he's got to like take it out on these girls with his like money. I feel like he should spend some money on therapy instead of making a variety show, but that's just me. What do I know? I'm not a billionaire. So Wang thought that he was like the bee's knees. This guy nicknamed himself. This came from himself. China's national husband.
Oh, that's from him.
Yeah.
I thought it was coined by everyone.
It caught on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He
So
thought
he's literally, everybody know him as
National boyfriend.
nation's husband.
Nation's
Yeah.
husband.
Every single woman in China, he believed, wanted to marry him because he was so rich. And he actually, like I said, did have a lot of girlfriends, and most of them were models, influencers, or wealthy socialites. None of them were nearly as rich as Wang, though, because he's like the richest kid of the richest parents in China. But we can only assume, we can only hope that he was not an asshole to them. They don't really talk about it because they got $1 million. So he's portraying himself online as an asshole. So I'm hoping he's not like that in relationships. I think there were at least like 16 public relationships he was in. And all these women, they're beautiful. Like, I'm not even going to name them, but they're really pretty. Wang reportedly gave them extravagant gifts, took them to the fanciest restaurants. He would even buy them cars. Now, there was a situation that did happen. Okay, one of the girls that he was on a date with, he took to, you know how I said he takes all of them to fancy restaurants? One girl in particular, he was photographed by paparazzi and netizens taking her to eat street food after the club. And this girl did not look like the other influencers. She looked normal, like didn't have that influencer look, right? And everyone said, yeah, well, no wonder he took her to eat street food.
Oh.
And all his pretty influencer girlfriends were taken to Michelin star restaurants. And they literally dragged this woman to filth. For what?
That's so dumb.
It's giving pick me energy. But Wang Sicong's real love, like this is a love story at the end of the day. He has a true love. She goes by the name Coco, and they've been living together for years. Like, this is the one love of his life that he dotes on non-stop, spoils the shit out of her, like decks her out in Apple, Fendi, Louis Vuitton bags, takes her around the world in private jets. In the summer, it gets so hot in Shanghai, where Wang lives. He'll send Coco to Beijing so that she can enjoy a more mild summer climate, even if it means that they have to be apart. He cares about her that much. He takes her to the best restaurants, spends thousands of dollars a night for fancy dinners, and insists that she should, I don't know, only drink Fiji water. Like, it's crazy. Wang even made a Weibo account for Coco because she's that special, and the world needs to know how wonderful they are and how they're soulmates. All the women that want to date Wang, they need to know that Coco will always have his heart. On the Weibo, Wang posts about buying Coco all this luxury stuff. He's kind of kinky, so he buys her like dog collars. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah. He even bought her plates that are encrusted with diamonds, and they spell out Coco. And the name of the Weibo page is Wang Coco is a bitch. I know it sounds intense, but like the guy is kind of kinky like that. I guess, I don't know, rich people are kinky and it's weird, right? Do you want to see what Coco looks like? What do you think she looks like?
That's just like a regular, like, you know, decent looking, cute girl.
Looks like a nice girl, like girl next door look. This is Coco.
It's a dog.
Yeah, it's a dog.
By the way,
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's adorable though.
it's adorable, but he has a new favorite now. It's one of those the short leg.
Corgi?
Yes, he loves his corgi now.
Coco's living the life. She has a diamond-encrusted water bowl. She only drinks Fiji water. Wang does shuffle her around the country on private jets. He actually buys iPhones and Apple Watches for her. He got her 2 Apple Watches, one for each front paw.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That picture
And
was viral in China.
he wanted to get 4, but he thought, that's kind of trashy. It's like a little too much consumerism, you know? There's pictures of the food that he buys for Coco. This is like human grade. I don't even eat this type of good food. You know what this reminds me of? When you see a really rich person and they pamper their dog and you're like, I wish I was their dog.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
you know the dog photo that he posted? So basically, he fly his dog on the jet, on the plane, right?
Yeah.
So he posted the photo, and people was commenting. Like, one of his friends was like, "Oh, did you pay tickets for your dog to have that seat?" He was like, "What are you talking about? It's my plane."
Bruh. He probably texted his friend, will you text me, comment this so I can comment that? Because who comments that? No?
Oh my Yeah, this guy has like a huge ego. Do you think all rich people have ego or no?
Yeah.
Really?
I think all people have egos.
Right, but like to this extent?
Oh, no. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah, he is definitely something.
This is like billionaire ego.
He's like a character.
Yeah.
Something.
He's the main character.
It's really hard to tell how much of it is for show. I think that's why people are kind of conflicted about him. He also spent like $30,000 to build her own personal space in the house. He throws her lavish birthday parties every year. Yeah, it's kind of crazy for her and her best doggo friends. There's one picture of her in front of all of her birthday cakes and she's yawning. And everyone was like, really? Really? She probably got like thousands, tens of thousands of dollars worth of gifts. And she's like, boring. This is f***ing lame, Wang Sicong, get it together. Coco's personal dog sitter is one of Wang's exes. It's rumored that one time Zhang threw herself in front of a beer bottle to protect Wang. I don't know why there was a beer bottle, just projectiling at his face. The bottle hit her on the face, cut her eyebrow, and it led to her losing her modeling contract. So to make it up to her, Wang hired her to be Coco's personal dog sitter.
Wow.
So every day she has to walk Coco for 4 hours.
That's
What?
it?
And then bathe her and comb her fur, and that's her full-time job.
Dang, and she probably gets what, like 100K?
Probably a lot more. One day, she takes Coco out for a walk, and she comes back a few hours later, but Coco is not there! He's like, where's Coco? The leash broke. She ran off. Coco's missing. Immediately, the guy gets on Weibo and he tweets, Coco went missing after going on a walk with our babysitter. I'm looking for my daughter. Those who can provide accurate and validated clues to help find Coco will be rewarded with $150,000. If Coco is dead, I will kill you.
Oh my god. Like publicly.
Yes.
Like cops can see that.
Bruh, it got so bad. Her disappearance made national news. They were like, where is Coco? Where's Coco? The entire country was looking for Coco. People were tweeting, quitting my job right now to look for Coco.
Oh my god.
They tweeted, if I find Coco, I'll never have to work again.
I mean, it's kind of true. Right?
A few days later, Coco was found and Wang Sicong tweeted, get to work, guys, stop daydreaming.
Yo, that's like a huge finesse.
This guy is fucking insane.
Oh my god.
Like, what?
Dude, no one's gonna help him next time.
Bro.
Oh, they will.
Yeah. That wasn't the only time that netizens were hoping to get rich off of Wang Sicong. So Wang Sicong got into a public fight once. Okay, he was out one day, minding his own business like a billionaire does. And he sees this random dude on his phone. And he just thinks that this dude is filming him. He's like, hey man, stop recording me. Let's call this guy Chen. Chen is like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not recording you. But Wang kept getting angry and saying, stop recording me. I know you're recording me. Wang got so angry that he jumped Chen. He started hitting him. Not just Wang, but 3 of his not billionaire friends, but his friends. So this billionaire basically jumped a random pedestrian with his rich buddies. They're all hitting and kicking Chen, who ended up with a broken nose and 2 black eyes.
What the f?
Yeah.
Bro, this guy has...
And then?
The witnesses called the police. Chen had those injuries. It could have been worse. Wang Sicong was detained for 7 days, and the police had grounds to charge him with assault, but they settled. Wang reportedly paid Chen $300,000 as a settlement. And the internet all tweeted, Sicong, I beg you, please hit me as well. I don't need $300,000. $3,000 is enough, honestly. Hit me too. I'll even fly down to Shanghai to get hit. Hit me 10 times, please. Pretty soon, people started to suspect that the whole thing was staged. The alleged victim, Chen, did a live stream where he said that he didn't actually get that much money. He never specified how much the settlement was, but everyone was like, this whole thing feels weird. Is he doing this for PR? That's weird
Who
PR.
does it for PR?
Yeah, like just like I guess the whole bad PR is press or whatever.
What?
Yeah, so the whole thing kind of felt staged to some people. And maybe we know why, because Wang Sicong went live on Douyin to answer questions about this assault. And this one, he had over 1 million viewers on a live. So this is not total views. Like, you know how after a live people can come and watch and your numbers go
There's
up?
1 million people watching.
Current viewers watching
Wow.
live. Allegedly, he earned over like $550,000 from that stream alone.
that alone?
Yeah. I don't know if he was selling something, but
Probably like gift, probably like
yeah.
subs.
They were like, oh no.
Here's a rocket.
You punched the guy. Yeah, here's a ding. Yeah, it was really odd.
Wow.
So, I don't know why he did that. But that's the story so far. Like, it's just, if you guys want a whole dating recap, of the Chinese Leonardo DiCaprio, let me know. I mean, what do you think? Is this guy unhinged? Or are rich people truly just living in a whole different universe? Like an alternate universe where they're so bored out of their minds and so freaking out of touch that they just do some silly, quirky nonsense. Like, what is it? Do we think he's a douchebag? Is he trolling? Does he have internalized inferiority complex and trauma? Are we like, I think I can fix him? Or is he...
Let's get to work, guys. Stop daydreaming.
He's unfixable.
So, also there was a part where he said that he only hangs out with rich people. Like, he'll say these really weird things to get people really riled up. Yeah.
I mean, it's working.
He also stated he has like a WeChat that he has to add you on.
Yeah.
That he's friends with on a WeChat for some reason, bro.
That's cool, though.
So weird.
Not that cool.
Like, even if you don't talk to him, it's like, oh, he's there.
The interviewer was like, oh, well, do you add people on WeChat after you meet them? And he says, sure, you can forward my WeChat to other people, but they have to be richer than me. Like, I mean, if Bill Gates wants to add me, then sure, let's talk.
Yo.
The interviewer said, like, what if regular people want to add you? Will you accept? And he's like, is it a guy or a girl? Anyone? For guys, I don't know. I guess they would have to have some sort of status, right? Like some big boss or something. It's not ideal if I don't accept that, right? For girls...
by the way, I'm none of that. So
Yeah.
I'm not. No status.
He's not Bill Gates.
No,
like, calm down.
no Bill Gates. Nothing. Okay.
And then he's like, if it's a girl, then I guess it depends on their appearance, right? Maybe he thought you were pretty. And he said if it's a girl, it depends on their appearance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said, so if they're ugly, they won't get through and you won't accept them? The ugly ones? Yeah, chances aren't high.
Hey, at least he's being honest. At least he's being honest.
Bro, it's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does have a best friend. Like, that he treats really well. So this is like the wholesome part of him, right? There was this actor. He was like a D-list actor, small fish at the time, right? 10 years ago. And Wang Sicong is like the height. He's like China's national husband. And his name is Lin, the actor. He does an interview where he said, oh, me and Wang Sicong were like best friends. We're like really tight. And Wang Sicong is watching this interview like, I've never f***ing met this guy. Like, not f***ing once in my life, okay?
Yo,
so he posts on Twitter.
This is too funny.
Bro, I don't know who this is, okay? But he was intrigued. So he DM'd him on social media and was like, why'd you say we're tight? I don't even know you like that. And the two of them actually became best friends.
Wow.
To the point where Wang Sicong promotes all of his movies because his family owns multiple movie theaters,
Right,
remember?
right.
And whenever Lin is starting in an upcoming movie, Wang will promote the movie by putting Lin's face. You know how they have the posters of movies that are currently... He doesn't even put the movie poster. And you know how sometimes movie posters, there's like the main one that everyone's in,
Right.
and then there's one of the individuals. He doesn't use any of those. He uses like the profile pic for Lin and just puts it in one of those.
And people watch?
And people are like, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah, he promotes Lin's movies all the time. And when...
Plot twist. I'm Lin.
Yo, this is funny. Yo, what if
Oh, so good. Wait, I gotta see what he looks like now.
I wanna see.
Okay, tell me if this looks like him. Is he Lin? His nose is not. Your nose is better, honey. Not me being a supportive fiance right now. Yeah, and he would send him cakes whenever his movies do well with box office hit written on there. Yeah. He also decorated Lin's hotel room with vases that had posters of Lin's face in them. I think he's a troll.
He's just bored. Like, at this point,
Yeah.
he's just bored.
I think he's bored. I think he's a troll. Yeah. So if you want me to break down this troll's dating history, please let me know because it's kind of crazy. But so far, what are your thoughts on him? When we eat the rich, is he first, middle, or last? Leave that in the comments. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to check out Casetify, link in the description. Bye.